Hey everybody, today on the show we're going to be talking about the Red Band trailer for Shane Black's The Predator. We're also going to be reviewing Black Panther, and we've got some movie news for you. So we've got some movie news here to talk to you about. I'll just grab my papers because my memory's terrible. So, first things first, a Wonder Woman 84 image of Barbara Minerva, who is the cheetah, played by Kristen Wiig. It's not really...
Yeah, we didn't really reveal much to do. It was just a bit like...
It's a first look, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Kristen Wiig looking like Kristen Wiig.
Yes,
really.
yeah.
There's no
it looks
else.
like she's maybe in some sort of museum though, maybe looking at a cheetah to signify that she's going to become the cheetah. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just one of those. Here's a picture.
Yeah.
Not much else to it.
But there was another picture you hadn't seen before of Steve Trevor, who is back in the film, which... How is he back? He died, didn't he, in Wonder Woman at the end?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're playing that, but it'd be interesting to find out to me. So I'm glad he's back though.
Do you want to hear a couple of theories on what I think could be?
Yeah. Let's
in the TV show, he had a grandson, I think it was, that looked exactly like him. So
right,
I think that'll be a bit cheesy, that though. There's possible clone, maybe. Maybe they've cloned him. But my other theory is, do you remember the villain in Wonder Woman? And it was pretending to be someone else, but it was actually Ares. The villain in Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
He was pretending to be that guy. I can't remember his name now. Pretending to be that guy, wasn't he, all the way through it? That English guy. Yeah, I wondered if maybe this is another god, pretending to be Steve Trevor.
Who knows?
And then, final theory, a god has brought Steve Trevor back to basically mess with Wonder Woman. That's my other theory.
Don't know. We'll just wait and find out.
Yeah.
I actually think you said your first theory is cheesy. I prefer that out to the others.
Really? I think I'd prefer it if he was brought back to life by like a god, because I mean that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I suppose talking about Marvel.
It's
Universe,
better than
it doesn't have to be realistic, does it?
DC Universe.
Sorry,
Yes.
DC Universe.
Get it right,
It doesn't have to be realistic.
Another theory by fans seems to be, you remember when he bathed in the waters of Themyscira in the pool? They think the waters might have done something to him, but I don't know how waters would make his fire an explosion like that.
How did he die in Wonder Woman?
He blows up the plane, doesn't he, and with the gas in?
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's a tremendous scene as well. I actually think
Wasn't that like a Batman moment where you didn't actually see him at the very end, though?
True.
So he could have jumped
out. And then
and he's frozen in ice like
yes.
for all those years.
He's called Steve as well, isn't he? Another bit of news. I don't know if you noticed, but Jared Leto's playing Michael Morbius in the Michael Morbius movie, which is...
Oh, no, I didn't know about that. Is that Sony then? Are they doing?
Yeah, so basically they're doing... It's like a Venom thing where Spider-Man's probably not going to be in it. I don't even think it'll be mentioned in Michael Morbius.
I feel a little bit confused about what Sony are doing. I mean, where are they going with this? Because they're letting Marvel use Spider-Man, so to me, the end game is what? Is it going to bring Spider-Man back? Because to me, if you're not doing it in a Marvel movie, you're not doing it in the Marvel way, it's kind of not... maybe not going to work.
My other thought is maybe they're building up these villain films to do... When they get Spider-Man back into the fall, maybe they'll do Spider-Man versus all these villains. Or maybe they just want to see if these villains can stand on their own. I mean, to be honest, Michael Morbius could. Because he's a bit like...
Do you not feel they'd have to... Because Venom doesn't look like the Marvel formula at all to me.
No.
So if Morbius doesn't go that way... I kind of feel you could have a bit of a clash like you've got with DC at the minute where they're almost trying to twist the Christopher Nolan's Batman into more of a Marvel
maybe
type, type film now.
But this is very early. Jared Leto's been cast, that's all we know so far. So
yeah.
Jumanji 2, we watched the announcement tease, we'll call it.
Yeah, is it Jumanji 3?
Well, guess we'll find out. I mean, there is, of course, The Rock gave confirmation that Kevin Hart's back, which I was thrilled about as well, and said he were going to slap his lips off or something. To that extent.
I think we talked a bit about it in the last podcast, didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't know, did we? And then Karen Gillan's been confirmed to come back as well, so they're all coming back.
I think
so.
I can't see Jack Black not. He doesn't seem to be... I think he had a period where he was like School of Rock. He was like maybe a top man. Well, I think he's come a bit back. It was actually nice to see him in Jumanji because I was just like, what's happening with Jack Black? I really like Jack Black. So
well, he was in Goosebumps. Remember, it was great.
Which is really good. And they're making a sequel to that.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's back in it. But he also voiced Slappy in the first one. Well, it sounds like this one, the characters are going to go into the stories, and it's not the same. It's not the same actors from the first one.
Yeah.
So who knows?
To me, I'm not sure that'd work without.
I think you've got to do it the other way now. Oh, without Jack Black.
Well, I think you still have him in it, but
I think he might be in it as a cameo. But I think I'll pull a voice Slappy again, and that'll be it. But I love Goosebumps, so I'm after that. And then, of course, we talked about the Star... We kind of jumped the gun a bit with the Star Wars shelving the shelving the like spin-off films.
Yeah, but I think we thought the Ben Kenobi one might be still on, but now I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's still on or not. I've no idea anymore.
We don't know. So. Lucasfilm have denied that they're not making them anymore. They're basically saying that they are still going ahead with some of them, but they haven't committed to any. And then there was a rumour, I think there's a Disney streaming service starting, and there's a rumour Kenobi might be a series as part of that, and that
it's already on the Disney streaming service, and you can buy it for $4.99. You mean like the Netflix thing?
Yeah.
That's already on. You can get
I didn't know it was already there.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's $4.99.
There's rumours that Kenobi's going to be part of that. I don't think we're going to have like a Star Wars part of the...
Well, there was supposed to be a TV series, wasn't there? That was one of the things.
Yeah. Well, I think that got shelved at one point. But talking of streaming services, the DC streaming services had a big trailer announcement today with... It's got like Superman the movie, Batman movies, all the old animated series. Part of it's going to be the new show Titans. They're doing Swamp Thing. They're doing Doom Patrol. And there's a Harley Quinn animated series that's going to be a bit adult, I think. So there's going to be a bit of swearing and stuff like that.
I feel now with these streaming services, I was talking to someone today, I think that it's getting to a point where you're probably going to have to stream from, say, Netflix for so long and then move to, cancel that, go to Amazon, cancel that, go to DC, cancel that, go to...
I mean, me personally, if the DC streaming service is less than £10, I think I'll probably sign up for it because they're my favourite characters. So
yeah, I was told today that the Disney one's only $4.99, so...
Alright, that's cheap, isn't it? So if DC's that cheap, I'll be thrilled.
I thought it was I mean, at the minute I have Netflix.
But another thing, I mean... One thing about streaming services that's so good, I mean, people don't have a lot of space for like discs and stuff, so if it's on there, like DC streaming services aren't going to lose the rights to the Superman movies because they own them.
Yeah.
Unless Warner Brothers gets bought out or something. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it for news, I think. Oh, actually, just going back to the Star Wars thing, Ron Howard said the reports weren't entirely accurate, which to me makes me think he wasn't really saying there weren't any truth to him.
I think they're definitely, after what's happened with Solo, and it does seem a bit like Star Wars fans have not gone to see it. Now, I've watched some reviews on it, and I agree with sort of both sides. I actually think it's a good little film. It's fun. Do you know
I still haven't seen it, yeah.
But I'd be interested. I think we should definitely... I'll get that when it comes out. Yeah. And we can have a look at that.
One thing I will say about... I kind of feel like the timing was bad for it and stuff, so I feel like Disney didn't give it the best chance to succeed.
Well, evidently, I think Lucasfilm wanted it to come out in December, and Disney said, no, it's coming out in May. That's what I heard yesterday. Because I'm still watching, there's so many videos on yesterday.
Well, anyway, we talked about it a bit last week, didn't we, as well? So, I mean, December's stacked when you've got Aquaman, you've got the animated Sony Spider-Man film, and there's the Bumblebee film, Transformers. Yeah. So, it's a pretty stacked month, although I imagine if Star Wars took that slot, people would back off, but... Star Wars is taking the December slot next year, and Jumanji's a week before it, because Jumanji last time took a big chunk out of The Last Jedi's earnings.
Yeah, but I wonder with something like that, if there was obviously the backlash, people didn't like it, then people were like hearing things and thinking, well, I might just go see Jumanji instead. Yeah. And I'm not saying that as a diss to Jumanji. I think I absolutely loved it.
It's a great film, yeah.
I think people would have gone anyway, but I just wonder if instead of I'm going to see Star Wars, you find out it's not as great as people are saying it's not that great. I might just go see Jumanji instead of going to see Star Wars.
I do feel though that Jumanji came out at a great time. People just wanted to see a fun movie, I think.
I didn't see it the same.
And I think people forget how fun people are the original Jumanji.
It's well loved film as far as I know. As far as I know, it's a well loved film.
So that's it for news that I've got. Have you got anything you want to talk about else?
Nothing on news, no.
No. Move on to the trailer then for the Red Band trailer for Shamebox the Predator.
Tell me about the mission.
Yes.
Hey, Baxley, if your mom's vagina were a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone.
Closing on the ship.
Whoa.
Well, I'd like to go first and just say I totally changed my mind from what I said last time. I thought that the teaser trailer, and I think we've made the classic mistake there, haven't we, by judging a film on a teaser trailer, because that looked absolutely awesome.
There was actually a teaser trailer. This is actually the Red Band trailer, and Red Band trailers are unrestricted. The show like the swearing.
Yeah, I know this is the latest one. I said to you, didn't I? I watched a guy review the trailer the other day, and it was actually this trailer he was looking at, because I was like, I don't remember that shit.
Did he like it?
God, I can't remember, but I think he did, yeah.
I will just say from my point of view, the cinematography looks miles better in this trailer.
Yeah, it looks like a different film.
Yeah. I want to see this now.
Yeah, I mean, that bit, and it's starting off in a little bit of a forest type thing, I thought it was clever. That's like a nod to the original, and I was like...
I almost wondered if the last trailer, maybe they should have done like a condensed, edited version of that without that. I mean, even the bit where the large predator turned up previously, I was kind of a bit like, this time, because they showed you punch through the wall and pull the predator out, and it was so much bigger.
The impact of that was just like,
and actually, thinking about it, it makes sense, doesn't it? We've seen people take on predators before. What an ultimate predator's like twice the size. You've got to raise the stakes, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I noticed a line in that about Mexico, and it made me think of Area 51, and I thought, are they going down that route?
I don't know.
You know, obviously, there's conspiracy theories about Area 51,
of course,
so.
of course.
But I just thought it looked absolutely fantastic, to be honest, on that trailer.
I'm absolutely stunned by that trailer. It was weird. It was like watching like a different trailer. Even the bits that you kind of saw before were like...
It looked like a Predator film, didn't it?
Yeah, have they improved? Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking of the sort of improved something here, because it just looked so much better than the other one. I'm saying.
I suppose something
really want to go
you have
see
to take into account about trailers. Trailers can be ready for a film for months before they release, so maybe the last trailer was ready 3 months ago, 3 to 6 months ago, before they'd actually finished the effects and got, they have to colour correct and all that.
Yeah, I remember that, in disrespect to anybody who worked on the trailer that we didn't really like. It just didn't look like a Hollywood movie, and that looked like a Hollywood movie.
The trailer's supposed to sell you on watching the film, and if the trailer doesn't sell you, it doesn't sell you. You're not being nasty to a film by saying you don't like what you're seeing. At the end of the day, we both would have watched it on Sky. I mean, I'm thinking about going to the cinema to see it now.
I was just thinking, should we go see it and review it?
Yeah. It sounds
I really think that looks really good.
So I'm going to give that a high recommend after that trailer.
Yeah.
I wish I'd only seen that trailer and not seen the other ones.
Yeah, because it didn't grab me at all. But like we were saying before about just that difference in impact from that bigger, rather than it just jump around and kind of like, oh god, here we go.
That was the problem.
Because a lot of films do that. Transformers done it. That one with the dragons, the animation. But I actually quite liked that. What's it called?
I don't even know what you're talking about. How to Train Your Dragon?
To Train Your Dragon. The sequel and the second one. I remember being in the cinema and this massive dragon takes up its head takes up the entire screen. But I actually think it worked for that, so it's probably not fair to mention that. But I just think they generally up the stakes by going bigger, and I think
maybe you have to Predator go bigger, because it's like we've seen so many times that Man vs Predator. It's about time for something new, maybe. So I'm excited.
I think in Predators was there more than one as well.
Yeah, there was like. There was even more than one human, wasn't there? Really taking it on in terms of like a one-on-one fight. There were
yeah.
So I think Predators. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember to think because Adrian Brody takes one at the end, doesn't he? And then I think the one he saves takes him off in the ship, doesn't it? I think at the end. I think so. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but anyway, I want to see that film now.
Yeah, really, really impressed. Yeah, and I agree with you. I'd highly recommend going to see that after watching that trailer. Well, you may watch it for yourself, judge by yourself.
Yeah, and let us know what you think. We'd love to know what you think as well.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment below, and if you want to email them, we'll give you the email address at the end.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about Black Panther now. I saw the film on release, and I'll just go ahead and say I absolutely loved it. Thought it was a great film. You only saw it for the first time last weekend?
Yeah, I unfortunately watched it after Infinity War, and I think that really did make it a bit different for me.
I can see why.
I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as people were talking about. Like, I didn't actually fancy going to see it when I saw the trailer, but then I thought about it after, and I thought, well, hang on, let's judge it against. It's a standalone film. Yeah, let's judge it against the standalone films. It's probably one of the best.
I agree. I think it is one of the best. I don't think it's the best. I think. What
do you think is better?
I think the Winter Soldier's still the best one that Marvel have done.
Do you see? I get confused with that because I keep thinking that's an Avengers movie because there's so many of them in it. But it's Captain America.
You're thinking of Civil War.
Oh, sorry.
The Winter Soldier does have, Black Widow in it and Nick Fury, and obviously the Winter Soldier. So there is them, but I think that's more of a political thriller. So I think that is better. But I think Black Panther has a bigger scale than all the solo films. Yeah, it feels like a big scale movie.
I think that's the one thing as well after in Infinity War, which I think we need to have a look at that when it comes out again. And especially, we've seen it once and I was blown away, so I'd like to watch it again and see if it gets me again. And I've totally forgot what I was going to say. I do that all the time.
Well, shall we go into... Do you want to tell you about a little history on Black Panther? I mean, Wesley Snipes wanted to...
I think I was gonna say that. No, I won't. I don't know what I was gonna say. Carry on.
Anyway, Wesley Snipes wanted to make the film back in 1992, apparently.
Yeah, I read that today.
Yeah, apparently I was looking at having Mario Van Peebles in it and people like that as...
Alright, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure... Superhero films in the 90s weren't very good, well, let's face it, so...
No, but I suppose in the 90s... Try to think, when did he do Blade? Was that early 2000s?
That was late 90s. That was like 98.
So I think if you were coming at that stage, it'd have been interesting to see. Cause
this was 1992.
Oh, 92?
Yes. Ooh. But he was quite hot then, wasn't he? Because I think White Men Can't Jump at that point.
Yeah, I think...
It was quite hot after that.
Like Money Train and stuff like that was around the 90s.
So that was something a little bit of trivia I had. I was a bit surprised when I read that. I actually only read that on Wikipedia today. So, in fact, if it's wrong, blame Wikipedia. Because... But
it was on IMDb as well because I read that today.
Oh, so was it? So it must be true then.
We hope.
We hope, yeah. So do you want? Should we get into spoilers like with the film and just run through the film itself?
Yeah, you can talk about it because I didn't actually write a lot of points down because I enjoyed it and I didn't have many more things to say. But
the opening, I think it was the right. I might get some stuff in the wrong order because I haven't seen it since I saw it at the pictures, but I'll start off with the history lesson about vibranium, and it was all done in this. I thought it was beautiful the way it was.
Yeah.
I think that took me into the film straight away when I watched it.
Yeah, it was good. That
it was so like it kind of reminded me. You remember in Man of Steel when he's in the ship, and then Jor-El's telling him all about the history of Krypton, and it's all. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit, but on like maybe a bit of a larger scale because there was more to it. I think it's got narration from T'Challa, hasn't it? At that point, Chadwick Boseman, who's there. I think it's him anyway.
Well, that kind of... Do you want to keep going? I was just going to say that kind of brings me on to... I might also tell you my likes because I've only got a couple anyway. Chadwick Boseman. Is that how you pronounce it? Boseman? Yeah. Thought it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in it. And when you hear him speak now when he's making accent to his...
It's very strange, isn't it? Yeah.
It's... It just doesn't seem like somebody... And I mean, that's always a sign of a good actor, I think, when they can put on an accent. And, if you don't know... Because I didn't know his proper accent anyway until I saw
I saw it after the film.
Yeah, I did, and I was like, all right, yeah. So that's very different. So, so I think he pulled that off brilliantly.
Well, he was good in Civil War anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I also remember because I was watching my wife and I said to her, do you remember this bit from Civil War? But obviously it shows you that anyway, so... Yeah,
I think if you were going to watch a film before you went to see Black Panther, you should probably watch Civil War and then watch it. I mean, you should watch them in order anyway, I think, the Marvel films, but if you'd watched Civil War, that probably would have been like a good little taster, because you see what happens to his father, and that's a big plot point in the film.
Yeah.
His father and stuff. So, I mean, do you want to go for any more you like?
To be honest, it was just around the cast. I just thought the cast was simply brilliant in it. The female cast was amazing. His sister Shuri, just loved her humour. I think she was brilliant. And there was plenty of action in it. Just to keep you entertained. It's a typical Marvel movie, and if you like Marvel movies, then I think you're going to enjoy it.
The thing about a Marvel film is, if you want to just go and have like a good time for 2 hours plus, you're going to have a good time, aren't you?
Which I think, I feel like that now. I don't want to go to the cinema and come out feeling sad. I want to come out feeling happy. I want to feel energised, and I think Marvel movies are absolutely hitting that nail on the head there. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. I didn't really, like I say, I wasn't blown away by it, but I liked it.
I will tell you now, the cast for me, I would not. I'll watch a film and I'll always think, I might not have cast that person that role. There is not one part in this where I didn't think I thought the cast wrong.
No,
every single cast member was brilliant. In fact, they also thought about like the actor, when you saw Michael B. Jordan's character Eric Killmonger. When you find out later he's the little kid, spoilers, he's the little kid at the beginning that's looking up at the apartment while his father's in there.
I thought that was...
He looked like him,
Yeah, I thought that was blatantly obvious from that bit.
But an interesting fact about that
I think you're going to say the fact that I'm going to...
Is it going to be the same fact about Forrest Whitaker's son?
It's not Forrest Whitaker's son.
No, it is.
No, it isn't.
No, the boy who is in the apartment with... who played the young Forrest Whitaker. It's Forrest Whitaker's son, Denzel Whitaker.
No, he's not. He's got the same last name, but he's not. He's not his son. No.
Are you
I was
sure?
going to say to you, the young T'Chaka, who's Black Panther's dad, that is played by his real life son, who's called.
And that isn't. He even looked like him, even on like the lazy eye.
Atandwa Kani is the real life son of John Carney, who plays.
Are you sure about that fact?
It was on a review. Actually, he said it's not actually his son. So I don't know. I can't remember who the review was.
That is embarrassing for me.
I was going to say that to you. He's got the same last name, but he's actually not. He's not his son. Because I thought straight away, I was like, oh my god. Two of the sons are in the film.
It looks an image of him, but
yeah, it looked good. So I obviously thought, my god, the young Chaka looks really like the old Chaka. It was his son.
Well, when you watch the film and you watch that scene, you kind of won't think what's going on a bit, don't you? And then he's like, you don't realise what he's setting up for later, do you? Which I think is brilliant because the film should surprise you. So moving on from there, after that scene, the intro to Black Panther where he's in the tree, I thought that the imagery, you know, when he goes to save Nakia in the girl, it was just such a good shot. Like, it reminded me of Batman, the way he's in the trees and you can't quite see him. And I thought that the introduction to Black Panther, because this film, although it isn't an origin film, it is in a sense.
I know what you mean. I thought exactly the same thing. I thought, this reminds me of that Batman scene where you can't see him
in Batman vs Superman. Yeah.
But again, the female cast so strong, and it's terrible names, but the lady out of Walking Dead.
Yes, I have a name here. It's Danaya Guerrero, and if I pronounce that wrong, I apologise.
I thought all of them.
The cast was fantastic, wasn't there?
Absolutely superb.
One who I really liked was, you know, the guy that T'Challa fights, M'Baku, in the if first challenge him. He's like the Cave King.
Yeah.
I call him the Cave King. So
he's the big with the gorilla.
Yeah. I think I've got down here. The actor's called Winston Duke, and he's the leader of Wakanda's mountain tribe. So I was almost right with the kids, the Jabrari, and I thought he was fantastic in it, and I kind of like that it kind of came good at the end.
I thought as well in this. Do you know what I think? And I didn't even write some likes, but one thing I really thought was great in this. I think sometimes Marvel are like almost pushing the humour. I thought this was perfect.
I agree.
Absolutely. Every time they hit the humour, it was spot on the beat, and it was just brilliant.
Well, speaking of humour in the film, I mean, when Martin Freeman at the end, he had quite a few good bits of humour, doesn't it?
Martin Freeman was good in it, and I forgot his name. The guy who plays Gollum, Andy Serkis. Everything I see that guy in, I just think he's amazing.
I have one dislike about the Andy Serkis thing. I'm gutted they killed him off. And
I was like, is he really?
And it's off screen as well.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that.
Well, we'll come back to that anyway. So basically, when you first meet Eric Killmonger, which is Michael B. Jordan, it's in the museum, you kind of don't know what's going on with him, do you? Like I say, nothing becomes revealed till later in the film, really. Unless you're smarter than me and you got it. But even if you've read the comics, you probably knew it was coming, didn't you? Because they'll know what Killmonger is and all that. But he was that was an introduction. I was a bit like, this is a bit strange, and he knew where that, I think it was an axe was from Wakanda.
I didn't really know, because I'd not even, other than one trailer, I'd not really seen.
The only thing bizarre about that scene is at the end he's kissing a girl in an ambulance. I don't think you ever see her again after that. You know, when they drive off in the ambulance. I think it's an ambulance. The woman
he shot was like his girlfriend.
I don't know. Maybe I missed that. No, because they killed her, didn't they?
Yeah, because he kills her, doesn't he?
No, there's a girl. It kisses as the lead. Anyway, it's irrelevant. It's not like a big thing. My best scene in the entire film is the sequence in China where they got the casino. From that point onwards till the end of that scene where they're chasing Andy Serkis' character.
If you wonder what I'm doing, by the way, to keep leaning forward, it's my iPad that keeps turning off and I need to see my notes.
So that where they go from the casino and they're after Andy Serkis. After that, he's got that piece of he's got the axe, hasn't he? There.
Yeah.
That scene from start to finish, and they're chasing in the cars, and his sister's driving the car from her bit.
Brilliant, yeah.
Black Panther's jumping on top of the car and stuff. I think that scene is just one of the best.
I think that kind of nicely leads into what one of my dislikes, and it was some of the CGI at times. It's obviously really hard to do that sort of stuff to make a human body movement, and I think the fact that because he can obviously do things a human actually can't do, it's got to be a bit
it's same as Captain America, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes it just looked a bit, but you know,
I know what you mean,
it's a very, very minor.
I'm very forgiving of CGI.
It's a very minor complaint, because we know, as we've said before, we make movies and we don't even touch CGI because it's horrendously hard to do, so... You know, my very minor complaint.
I totally agree.
And the only other complaint I had was the way Wakabi he betrayed T'Challa, and it was like only thing he promised him was
Daniel Kalu.
Yeah, he's I love that. I think he's
from Have you seen Get Out?
No,
it's fantastic.
Quite scary though. That
No, it is a horror, but it's not a horror. It's tense. It's very tense. Okay. It's really good. It's fantastic in that film as well.
But yeah, W'Kabi betrays T'Challa because he didn't bring Black Claw, and I'm like, really? Is that enough for him to just betray him?
I thought it was more to do. He talks earlier in the film about he wants a war and all that. He wants that war, doesn't he? He talks about it in the film.
I just it just didn't feel like enough to betray him to me. I was a bit like, what, really? And plus, he's obviously, it's his. I presume she's his girlfriend, isn't it? Not his.
I think she's his wife.
She's wife.
There is a deleted scene that I don't know. Apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently it explains a lot. And I think they should have left it in. But it sounds of it sounds like
because he's like willing to, fight the opposite side of her. And I thought,
yeah, and that's his wife as well. Yeah,
the way he's with T'Challa at the beginning, you think, oh, he's one of his boys. You know what I mean? He's with him all the way.
As well, yeah.
And I just felt that was a little bit like, really.
I get you on that one, yeah.
But again,
going into Killmonger, going to fulfill his birthright. That for me is where some things got a little bit. I think he were a little bit cheesy for me, Michael B. Jordan, in those bits when he were like.
I thought he kept talking a bit like that.
His scars freaked me out.
Yeah, American rapper stuff. Sort of
yeah.
Because I was going to ask you about Michael B. Jordan, because I think he's really good in it, but there were some times how he portrayed that character I felt was a little bit like really. I don't mean it's in a bad way, but I'd say Americanized for us
yeah, I agree with that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then again, he was an American kid.
Yeah, he was. He was brought up in
and in a rough area.
In a rough area of America. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like it sort of slightly didn't fit. But again, that's such a minor complaint.
He's so much bigger than Chadwick Boseman, though. I could not believe. I did not know he was that big until I watched that film. I'm like, he must be about 6'2", 6'3" or something.
Well, to be honest, going from him being in Creed, and we're hopefully going to watch that soon because we haven't seen it yet, because Creed 2 trailer looked amazing. But I'm guessing, he always looks like he's in shape anyway, because he was in Fantastic Four as well.
Oh yeah,
I think he keeps himself in really good shape. He
was in Chronicle as well. That was the first thing I ever saw him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you get to the stage where he comes and takes over, and I think the scene where they fight on the waterfall is brilliant, and he falls. You know he's not dead. And I also knew M'Baku's tribe was gonna.
It'd have been a shock movie if it was.
Yeah. I knew M'Baku's tribe was gonna bring him back as well. I just had that feeling, and
I didn't actually think about it. I just thought, is he gonna turn up on a river bend? I thought somebody would help him, but I wasn't thinking that tribe.
What did you think to the afterlife sequences, where he met his dad? They both met the dad, didn't they? It was a bit like, in fact, I think they reused it in Infinity War when Thanos goes into the Soul Stone.
Yeah, I think
kind of reminds me of the Lion King in a really strange way, though. I think it's because of the African.
I quite liked the style of what they did, but I thought the bit with obviously Michael B. Jordan. He was in the house, wasn't he? And I think they were saying they'd kept him out of that place.
Yeah, that was good. That
actually surprised me. But what I thought was going to happen was he was going to say to him, "What you're doing is wrong."
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. But
his dad is Sterling K. Brown, who was in the trailer for The Predator, wasn't he?
Yeah. But he didn't actually say that. So that actually took me by surprise a little bit.
Another thing, I'm going to go into a bit of a negative here. Actually, the ending. So let's just skip straight to it. Basically, it's Black Panther versus Black Panther, and Marvel do this way too much. They do. Like Ant-Man versus another Ant-Man, Iron Man versus another Iron Man. It gets a bit formulaic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I agree. This is where I'm going to agree with you. The scene where they're fighting on the train, the CGI I think is really bad in some of that.
Yeah, it's just that body movement. Do you remember in The Matrix when Neo does that thing and he bends around that, and it's just all his body shape is absolutely deformed.
It's very weird.
No, he's spinning around the pole and he's kicking all the agents.
I suppose in that though. And I thought you meant the bit where he flies and he kind of twists his body in a natural position. No, that was bad as well.
I think it might be the same sort of scene. I think he flies off at the end, doesn't he?
But you can kind of get over it in that because it's supposed to be in a computer, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's where that is the scene where I thought the CGI went down. But then the CGI when the suits were sort of melting away, but it looked amazing.
Yeah, that was
looked really good.
I guess you've got to remember they've got a budget, they've got only so much time to do it. I mean, if they had 10 years on it, they'd probably perfect it, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? But,
Well, you've only got to look at CGI from 10 years. I mean, if you go back a bit further, to Independence Day.
Yeah.
I remember last time I watched that, I thought, I don't remember it looking this ropey.
But that was 1997, I think.
Yeah, but it's age, isn't it? And we will look back at these things eventually and think that CGI could be better, and it will be better.
You know the big fight where like you said about him from Get Out is fighting his wife and all that, you didn't like it.
Well, he doesn't really fight it, does he? He's just I meant on the opposite side.
What did you think to the armoured rhinos that came? Did you think that was a bit far? I
know what you mean. I was a bit it's a bit cheesy, but I kind of liked it.
But I kind of thought it even though the Marvel universe obviously is not in a real world because you've got aliens, like rhinos on Earth are rhinos. You can't control a rhino to go into a fight.
Yeah, I think you answered your own question, haven't you? By saying it's Marvel universe.
I suppose so.
Not
Yeah.
supposed to take things seriously.
That was a little thing for me, but like I said,
I know what you mean.
The tiniest things in this film bother me to the point where I'm like, it don't bother me that much, and I think about it. I'm just basically nitpicking a bit. For a review,
any complaint that I would make about the film is so minor because he didn't take my like I say, I don't want anyone to think I didn't enjoy the film because I did.
There's not such thing as a perfect film. There's always a mistake or something in the film.
I think the bad thing for me was I wanted to see it before Infinity War, but you couldn't buy it. I'd missed it at the cinema, so I couldn't buy it, and I was like, I think
it was still in the cinema while it came out. To be honest,
was it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought it.
Obviously,
it got. Sure that one just in America?
No. I'm sure I checked cinema times at Showcase, and there's Black Panther still on, but only one showing or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the film, I thought it was brilliant when after obviously he defeats Killmonger, he still has that soul and passion, and he knows it's not his fault, and he texts him to see that he wanted to see the sunrise, didn't he? And he texts him, and I thought that was so perfect. And he also, I think he did it for his uncle more than anything.
I remember when I saw Infinity War, because obviously I didn't know what was going on in Black Panther, and I was like, where the hell's Michael B. Jordan? And I thought, he must obviously die in it.
Did you not know he was a bad guy?
I didn't know he was a bad guy, no, I didn't. I kind of like sometimes these days going into a film, both Star Wars, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, I watched one trailer and I wouldn't watch any more at all.
That's what I'm doing with, I'm doing that with Halloween. I don't want to watch anything else.
I just think it can kind of spoil it, because I'll give you a classic example. I went in, and when Darth Vader's mask came on in The Force Awakens, I went, and I'm looking around in cinema and everyone's not reacting at all, and I'm like, why not? And then I saw the trailer after, and then I realised, it's been spotted. For me, that was like,
but I do think trailers are going back the other way now, and they're not seeing as much. Like, for example, with Terminator Genesis, they basically told you John Connor was a Terminator in the trailer.
Yeah.
Why would you put that? I mean, that film wasn't an amazing film, but could you imagine this in the cinema? Maybe that would have helped the overall experience. I
know the trailer people are responsible for putting a great trailer together, and I don't think they speak to the director, from what I've heard. So they just chop footage together. But
it seems like now the trailers I've been watching recently are, I mean, ever since Wonder Woman did not show anything from the film really, apart from the fights. You did not know. You didn't know the Ares twist or anything like that. And
or maybe they've learnt from past mistakes.
Yeah. Although it can backfire because Justice League did not reveal Superman in the trailers. And I think that might have backfired on them because people thought it wasn't in it. I mean...
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, surely that trailer guy knew that gave away a big plot point in the Terminator film.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, I'm saying trailer guy like he's one person. I'm sure it's many people, but... You would have just thought, like, let's not put this in. But you don't know, they might have presented that trailer to the execs, and the execs have been like,
exactly,
like
someone's got to sign off on it, haven't they?
Yeah,
so going back to the film now, we'll just finish off on the end credit teasers. I kind of thought they were a bit... They could have been in the film for me, those two. Maybe not the Winter Soldier one.
We discussed this the other day, didn't we? Like, we don't know if Marvel have sort of made a rough for their own back by always doing it, so now it's like they've got to put something in there. And I mean, the Bucky... That bit had to be in there for me.
With the Winter Soldier.
I was expecting him to be in the film because there's obviously an Infinity War. I knew he was there. I was like, where is he? So he needed that bit. But the other scene where they're just where they're saying they're basically gonna give to the world.
Yeah, he takes the ship to the. Oh no, that's the bit in the UN, isn't it? Is the three? What the bit with the ship?
That's the end of the film. The bit that you're on about the bit of the ship where they're out. They come
goes to that place where.
Right.
I thought that was in the. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Don't. You know. I hadn't seen it since when it came out.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not sure now.
So I think we've pretty much talked about everything to talk about, haven't we? So what would you give the film out of 10?
What did I give Last Jedi? Was that an 8? I'm sort of stuck between a 7 and an 8 because I think I actually think I'll watch it again and enjoy it more than the first time. Probably, and I think sometimes you just I don't know why, but
let's call this a first impression. We can always do an MCU rating thing one day.
Yeah, I'm going to say a 7 or 8 and not really stick to
7.5 then, just to be.
Well, if you want to put it on a.
See, I'd give it an 8.5. I think.
Would you?
Yeah, I've only seen it the once though, so you never know on second viewing.
I just really wish I'd seen it before in Infinity War because Infinity War, like I say, blew me away, and that to me.
See, this blew me away because I hadn't seen anything like Wakanda looked. I was like, this is amazing. It's kind of like I've only ever had that feeling in the cinemas a few times. There was the Man of Steel with Krypton, blew me away. Wonder Woman with Themyscira blew me away, and this and Infinity War obviously many sequences that blew me away.
Yeah.
So that's our review of Black Panther. Let us know what you think, and like I say, in the comments, or you can email us, and I'll give you the email address now. I'm going to have to check my papers, I'm afraid. It is marshallbrosproductions@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at brosmarshall. That's BROSMARSHALL. Thanks for watching the show. See you next time.